Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight on A World Awakening. Ah, what a week. Is it just me? Or, what a week. But anyway, yeah, here we are together again. I have a lovely, lovely guest to introduce you to tonight. And when I invited her on the show, she said to me, why would you want me? I'm paraphrasing. Why would you want me as a guest? I'm nothing special. And my attitude, and I immediately spoke up and I said, I beg to differ. You're very special and we're all gifted in our own unique and unusual ways. And we all get to touch the world and make a difference in the lives of others simply by being our authentic best selves. And that's what she is. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Jessica Connor to the viewers of A World Awakening. Hello, Jessica.
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am. I'm so thrilled to have you on. Um, just so you'll feel a little better about it, I do have people on all the time that aren't world famous, that aren't,
No.
like superstars of the paranormal. Those people, I've
Yeah.
got them all on speed dial in my phone. I could have them whenever I want. But what I like to do is bring on interesting people that have a great deal to add to the discourse. And because what you do and what you aspire to do in terms of environmental work with the nonprofit, um, I think is extremely important. And we just had Earth Day earlier in
Mm.
the week. And
Yeah.
for me, every day is Earth Day. Do we live on Earth? Yes, then it's Earth Day. No, what are we going to do to make the Earth a better, cleaner place, and show it that we love it instead of loathe it, and show it nothing but contempt and disregard. And so I thought, you would be a perfect guest to have
Yeah.
the week of the full.
Is
um
it full right now?
no, it was Tuesday night was
Yeah.
the full pink moon. Tuesday night.
Oh.
Monday was Earth Day.
Mhm.
Wednesday, I don't know, something important happened. I can't remember what. Oh, the end of Mercury retrograde.
Oh,
um
yes, of course.
yeah,
Oh, missed that.
so Thursday, the week took a day off just to relax a little bit, and here we are on Friday night,
Yeah.
hopefully lighting up the lives of many. So tell my viewers what you do, why you do what you do. In your bio, it said that you very much, you knew from a very early age that you would work in nature. You just knew it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just growing up. I spent my summers in Maine just hiking and gosh, sorry, I'm a little nervous, but um I just was constantly surrounded by nature growing up. I was very lucky in that regard that I had the opportunity to have adventures on the ocean and climbing mountains. I mean, it's all local. And excuse me, this is all New England. So it's not like it's a huge adventure, but as a child it was. And seeing my first humpback whale at 9 and catching my first haddock at 12, finding a big old hunk of tourmaline on a mountaintop. It's just I knew I wanted to do something, and uh, I was lucky enough to have opportunities to push myself forward and be a part of uh, doing this type of work. So my specific type of work is just environmental assessments currently, and but I do a wide variety of different environmental work. Uh, my favorite being wetland work and currently right now working with uh, um, uh, excuse me, I'm sorry, nesting habitats and for ospreys, um, and because they're currently at it right now, so uh, they need to be monitored from time to time for the telecommunication companies and stuff. So it opens a lot of opportunities, and I get to see some great things. So yeah, sorry, I just rambled.
Okay. You're doing great. You are. I mean, I feel like just a blithering idiot tonight. In my earlier show, I had to read like a couple of paragraphs, and I felt like I was gargling with marbles. I, don't know why my lips aren't working right tonight. So let's just say there's a disturbance in the force.
I
It's,
got it.
it's
Yes.
just, you know, sunspots. We're going to have, check it out. You're up in New England. There could be solar flares. There could be the aurora borealis. I mean, we can blame it on something natural
Oh
that,
yeah. Oh yeah.
completely garbled everything that we're trying to say tonight. Um, I I know that you've read my books,
Oh my
and
God, and I love.
I know that you had it. They had a profound impact on you. And I think that one of the reasons that you were so touched, I loved it when you wrote to me and you was like, they're showing me the last page of volume 3 going, yeah, I'm not crying. Not me, I'm not crying. Is because of the way
Yeah.
that I write about the nature growing up at the farm, being
Yes.
surrounded by nature in the way. And even when we lived in Cumberland before we went to Harrisville, before we
Mhm.
moved to the farmhouse, we were surrounded by nature. We had more than 100 acres right across the street that was all natural, all wild at the monastery, the grounds of the
Oh,
monastery.
oh,
It was
that's beautiful.
literally across the street from where I was living. And we had a huge backyard and wetlands behind the backyard. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it
Lots of
was,
mosquitoes that came with it.
oh, yeah, yeah, the size
Yeah.
of Volkswagens, as I
Mm-hmm.
recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could keep them as pets if you could catch them. I mean, honest to
Yeah.
God.
Ugh. Yeah.
Um, but it's always been an essential part of who I am, being in nature. My day begins feeding the birds, and the
Mm-hmm.
colder, the faster.
Mm-hmm.
First light. If it's really cold outside, first light, I'm out there with the food because I know that they're coming out and they need to replenish. And I'll take something and break the ice off the bird bath so that everybody can get a drink. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
glad winter is pretty short down here in the southeast. But
I
yeah,
love
it's
the environment.
interacting with nature is uh, an incredibly important aspect of my life. And wouldn't you agree that if you feel a calling, especially as a youngster, that you should follow it if it leads
Oh,
you to a path in the woods?
oh, for sure. Oh, yes. I mean, it was pretty easy for me from the start. I just I was a weird kid. I was out in the wetlands. I was out in the mud. I'm picking up worms. I'm still doing that. My husband's just like, oh, it's disgusting. But anyways, yeah, I guess I'm starting to loosen up.
Some
But
worms are pretty disgusting, Jessica. Come on, you have got to
they're
admit. Night
so
crawlers are
important, Annie.
disgusting.
They're so important. Anyways,
Yes, they
so excuse me. So, what was I saying? But it's just intrinsic. It's kind of in my DNA as well. Um, I have a very outdoorsy father, and my parents met while they were hiking. Excuse me, while they were camping in Maine in the
Uh,
70s, and it's just cute little story, blah blah blah. But it's just kind of always been with me, and I'm not gonna cry, so I won't
you're
tell the
allowed to
story.
cry.
But
I do two things. I have proclivities to cry and swear on
it's
myself.
okay to swear too. It's okay to swear.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, apologize for anyone out there that's upset with people that are crying or anything like that. But I had a profane moment when I was very little, um, right before my grandfather passed away, in their house in Maine. I was 6 years old, and it was raining, and I was standing on the porch, and I was looking out to onto the dock, and there was a great blue heron just standing there, just beautiful. And I'm a 6 year old little shithead, but here I am having this weird moment, and my grandfather comes up right behind me and puts his arm around me and and says, "Isn't it so beautiful?" And flies away. We go inside and we have our lobster dinner. And I think that was a huge pivotal moment,
Mhm.
um, in actually deciding this is what I want to do. I want to be outside. I want to work amongst nature. Now, what I currently do for my living, we discussed this yesterday. I don't like calling it what I do for a living because I don't I don't live for it. I I detach myself, and uh I find myself wanting to be more and more outside and back in the wetlands, back in the mud. And I know that's so silly to so many
You're
people.
swamp
But
Yankee, just like me. We
it's swamp.
must be
We talked about
related.
that
Yes,
swamp
I'm
hags.
telling you, we are.
And it's so, but we talked about, you mentioned the fact that finding beauty in all the weird the things that appear ugly in the world, and that's just not the case though. You look in the mud and you see, I talk about mud, excuse me, but wetlands, beautiful vegetation,
Hmm.
clean flowing, beautiful water. Um, you look at it and you just see all the magnificent creatures that are growing, and it's so much more than just mud and bugs and grossness. It's
Ecosystem.
right, it's an ecosystem. It's a living, breathing entity that is all in one, that is providing to the earth and oxygen and just a great deal of abundance. The diversity, the just cacophony, and the chaos is something that a lot of people just don't know. Um, and that's what's fantastic about it, I guess, is I'm lamenting about just having so much fun uh, doing that work. But yeah, it's always I would love for people to appreciate their local wetlands a little bit more, and if they have a chance to visit them, and if they have a boardwalk or anything like that, or a trail, just take it in and just look a little bit closer, because you're going to find some weird stuff, and it's going to be interesting. And um yeah. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent.
One
But
of the things that I loved living in Winter Garden, Florida. I'm currently in Georgia with my mother and have been for a while, but um, had a house on Lake Apopka in Winter
mm,
Garden, Florida. And we would take our little dog, our little princess Peanut Butter. Where she is?
peanut butter.
There she is. This is my baby. There she is. Look at that baby. Oh my God. She's so beautiful. She's an upside down dog. I know, she's my baby. All right. So anyway, that and would take her and then would have to hold her because there are alligators everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes. Oh
So
God.
I had
Oh.
to keep her up on my shoulder, couldn't let her walk anywhere near the water's edge because they can leap but 10, 12 feet right out of the water. People lose dogs down in Florida all the time because they let their dogs get too close to the water's edge. Um,
Hmm.
and so, anyway, she was up riding on my shoulder, which is one of her favorite places to
Oh.
be. Makes her feel all tall and stuff. And I was peering over the side. There's a walkway, and then it goes up to a bridge that goes over the pier and then back down. And then the pier goes out like 500 feet into the water. And it is, it's like looking at all the notes in a symphony at once on this massive score where every life form is a dot on that paper.
Hmm.
It's just so alive with insects and baby alligators that are like that long. They're just the cutest little
Cute.
things you ever
Oh,
saw. They're like that big. They're
and they
just
cheep too. They make those
adorable.
little cheeping noises,
They do.
right?
They don't have teeth yet, so they
It's so
can't
cute.
really can't hurt you. Every kind of bird that you could imagine. I mean, it was just absolutely an estuary. Just every kind of bird that is known for Florida lived there.
Yeah.
Right along the water's edge, we had bald eagles and every kind of egret, every kind of owl, every kind, you name it, peregrine falcons flying in the yard. You know, it was just great. It was just absolutely a wonderland of wildlife, right in a town that's like technically a city. Um,
Yeah.
and we can live in concert with nature. We
Yeah.
can. We just have to learn how, and we need to leave them some space to live.
Yeah. Bring in your bird feeders. Bring in your bird feeders. I'm not good at that, but we got a bear last year. So
Oh, you got a
yeah.
bear?
Yeah.
Bears?
So yeah.
How
Yeah.
big?
Yeah.
How
Oh God. It was hungry. So it was a little skinny at the time, but I would think it was full size. I don't know though. When you see it close up, it was too close up. It was too close up for my liking. It's a little too big when it's too close up.
yeah.
But it was one of those instances where my husband, I was upstairs and I heard my husband downstairs say, "Hey, I think there's something outside," because I hear calamity outside, and I'm like, "Oh, just a raccoon." So I go downstairs and I hear him say, "I don't think it's bigger than a raccoon." I open the door and I come
Bears
face to face
generally are
with
bigger
this
than raccoons.
bear.
Although I have met some big ass raccoons.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah. Oh my God. They can be, yeah. They're
30,
trouble
40
too. But
pounds. Huge. Yeah.
oh, gosh, but that I immediately like. It's so funny how I just shut the door and locked the door because it was gonna. And we just watched it through the window, banging on the window for too long, trying to get it to run away. God, it was so stupid. But yeah, bring in your feeders.
Yeah. Well,
You reminded me to put out my hummingbird feeders because they need to. They're working their way up right to Canada right now, so
yeah, we had
they
our
need some
first
pit
scout.
stops.
We had our
Yep,
first
they
scout
need some pit
2 days ago.
stops. Yep, so I got to put that out tomorrow. Oh, that's a good reminder.
I know. It's great. Isn't it wonderful? And everything, I
Yeah,
mean, honest, Jessica, I'm pretty sure I told you that we go through about 25 pounds of mixed wild bird seed every
yeah,
week,
it's
about
amazing.
100 pounds a month.
Yeah.
We've got, oh, let's see, let me think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
I think
geez.
we have
Yeah, I'd be
8
in
bird
trouble.
feeders around the house, about 8 of them. And some
Oh,
of them
yeah.
are attachable to glass we put on my mother's windows so that in the
Mm,
morning when we open up the curtains for her to see the morning sun,
right there.
first thing she sees are the
That's
birds
amazing.
feeding right at her window, and it brings her joy. Joy.
Oh, that's great though, right? It's my husband actually bought me the have you ever had a live stream of your one of your feeders or anything like that?
Mm.
It's called the Bird Buddy that he got me,
Oh
and
no, I never have.
no, it just takes a picture of the bird, and I live in a pretty urban area, and so we don't get too many, birds, but um, it's I'm just so excited about the birds that I've been getting. We did have Orioles, yeah, Orioles for a little bit there, but as long as we have we have this cat in the neighborhood that loves to kill all the precious little things in the world.
Yeah,
And will love to leave them right outside our door.
yeah.
Mordecai and Molly. Um, but um, I forget where I was going.
I
I'm
pray
sorry, I
for
ramble too
chipmunks
much.
every day. There are so many cats in this neighborhood,
Oh,
and this is 2 acres of wide open. They
uh,
don't have to crawl over a fence or anything to
yeah,
come on this property. And we
people
have
need to
so
keep their cats
many,
inside.
so many chipmunks, and so we have gophers, and we have raccoons and possums and armadillos. You know what? There's only one animal that I take glee in killing, and that's
Oh
fire
no.
ants.
Oh,
Fire
okay.
ants. They are the
Okay.
devil's pets. They
That's
need to go
fine.
back and live with their father, the devil. They need to
That's fine.
burn.
Yeah, they're little Satan minions. That's fine.
They are Satan.
It's
Even the birds won't
mosquitoes,
eat them.
houseflies.
They have
Yeah.
no natural enemies. Nobody will eat them. The birds won't eat them. Oh,
Uh,
we had Baltimore Orioles. We had a
oh
mated
yeah.
pair that had 2 chicks on this property.
I love it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, isn't it?
No, they
Oh,
are
I
so
love it so much.
gorgeous. Oh my God. My mom's got so many bird books where
Oh
it tells you
gosh.
particularly those that are, particularly either migrate or are here year round in North
Yeah.
Georgia. And it's an incredible variety of birds
Yeah.
and ones that migrate through here. Although I will have to say, my favorite of all the small birds are mourning doves. I just love mourning doves. The
Yeah.
coo that they make, the songs that they sing. My father
Hmm.
is a big fan of mockingbirds because the blah, blah,
Oh
blah,
my gosh.
blah, blah,
Yes.
and 16 different phrases that they use, and he's very
One of my
entertained by
favorites.
that. But I love mourning doves. I find them very
They're so
spiritual and very soothing. And on the other end, my favorite of the big birds are
mm.
sandhill cranes.
Oh, they're interesting.
They are
Those guys.
fascinating,
Yeah.
magnificent, ancient looking,
Yeah.
kind of dinosaurish.
Yeah.
Like they're what survived when the dinosaurs disappeared off the planet.
There are surviving dinosaurs. Yeah, that's I feel the same way about the mourning doves. We have them a lot. And I always appreciate when I see them around. I always worry too because I know there's a cat around and they're very prone. They're not the brightest
Well, they're not
necessarily.
the brightest, and the other problem is they mate for life. So if
And
you
so
kill
when one
one,
dies,
there's no more
oh my
baby.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't even yeah, that's like when I see one alone or something like that, then it's just
yeah, breaks your
um
heart.
yeah, but I always just how much I appreciate just they're just, you know, they're just so cute. And I have a personal affinity to chickadees. I guess specifically because of Maine, because of New England and everything like that. But um, my grandfather used to call me Chickadee, um, and so yeah, so so sappy. I'm sorry, um, but uh, I just any type of oh man, I going to what's really fun is going to Hawaii, is going someplace completely different
Yeah.
that you're never we go to Hawaii from time to time, and I am just fascinated by the species of birds. It's not entirely diverse, but it's so gorgeous, and it's so funny how many chickens there are and how many of the little I was reminded of Hawaii because of the little doves. Um Forget the name of them though.
They have
But
the lovebirds doves there,
yeah,
don't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. And they're everywhere, but they're the sweetest little things. And it's that, it's the simple little bird. You take a look at them and they're gorgeous. Everything. You even look at a city pigeon and you see the beauty of its iridescence
Yeah.
or its difference.
They have
They're not the
all the
best
same
parents, but
colors in them as peacocks do.
yeah. I mean, a peacock, it is a type of pigeon.
Yes.
So, yeah, they're related. So so it is it's so cute. It's just we don't look enough around us, I believe, at a beautiful blackbird or just a bluebird that is complaining up in the tree. Um, if you look and you appreciate those things, um, the world gets a little bit better. And I think that's something that we could all use
Yeah. Well,
personally.
one of the things that we've talked about in the past, I believe, is the notion that COVID changed us in so many ways, and so
Hmm.
many of us had to stay home, not go
Hmm.
out into the world, not go to schools, not go to jobs, not to work from home, yes. But there was that period of time right when it hit us full force where it
Hmm.
was like everything shut down and people were freaking out and they were frightened
Hmm.
and they left their homes and they went outside into nature, just
Mm.
seems to
Yeah.
gravitate there, for lack of a better word, naturally, to go
Hmm.
out into nature and to feel some sense of belonging and some sense of peace and get grounded because the upheaval that virus created in all of our lives, there was no one untouched by it. No one
Hmm.
ever will be again. It's here to stay. It's never leaving. But
Right.
at least, the deaths have plummeted.
Hmm.
But still, it's well over 1 million people have died already from COVID-19.
Yeah.
Um, Being a novel coronavirus that no one in the world had any immunity against, it will run its course until we feel that we can re-engage with others and do so in relative safety. And I think
Hmm.
that we're, getting back to that point now. But when we were isolated and we were all retracting like a cat will pull its claws in,
Hmm.
the only escape that we had from our four walls was outside.
Hmm.
And during that time, um, people re-engaged with nature in enormous ways. Bird watching went through the roof. I mean,
Yeah.
there were a billion news, Facebook.
Fascinating.
Everybody's
So
posting all
fun.
their pictures of all the great birds that have
Great
always
appreciation.
been there, and they
Yeah.
never took the time to notice. And
Yes.
now there's been this massive resurgence in bird watching all over the
Yeah.
country. That was
They're
when
crazy.
with the ideas of building bridges.
Yeah.
Remember when over the freeways, because during COVID, all the animals started coming out onto the empty roads and thought that
Yeah.
it was a safe place because there was no traffic, there were no cars to threaten
I
their
think
lives.
they Yeah, I think they do that in Finland. They do overhead things like that. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that in the United States, but yeah,
Oh
that
yeah, no, it's a big thing.
yeah,
It's a really
yeah.
big thing out west in California.
Oh,
Huge.
is okay, okay. So it is something that they started. Okay, good. Because that is a huge the actual like highways. I've worked on projects like that. Actual highways divide up ecosystems, so they
Yes.
have to make sure there's a certain amount of culverts, things that can actually a deer or something can easily walk through underneath, and that's not a road kind
Hmm.
of thing. So,
Yeah,
um,
they're
uh,
smart and they figure it out. And
yeah,
they
yeah.
set up all these cameras on these things. You can Google it. You can watch hours and hours and hours of
Oh, I love it.
them building these overpasses, these big wide overpasses, and all the different animals that are using it to get past the highway and to go, onto the other side and up into the mountains. And it's
I need
it's
to get to
yeah,
look into that. That's something I should. That
yeah.
sounds really cool.
No, I'm just a geek. I'm like totally into this stuff. I'm just totally into it.
That sounds really interesting, though. It's something with the engineering. That's yeah, that's something I would get into. You should look into
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed what they've been accomplishing, and in relative short order, in a
Mm,
a very short amount of time. And they'll show you maps everywhere in the country where they've put these, special routes in for the animals where
yeah.
the roadkill deaths have plummeted.
Yeah.
Right. They're smart. They figured it out. We can get from there here to there without getting dead.
Hmm.
They have figured it out. It's
Yeah.
great. And it
Yeah.
employs a lot of people. And then there's all the people that get to sit and just review film footage on the cameras overnight with, whether
Yeah.
it's deer, it's elk, it's, raccoons, it's all kinds of wildlife that are using
Love it.
these passages. It's
Yeah.
fabulous. I don't even know how I got off on that tangent, but you know,
Oh,
I
it's
guess
fantastic, though.
we're making some progress. We're
Yeah.
making some progress. We need
Yeah.
to do
There's
so much more to live in
regulations.
tranquility.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm going all. I'm going all. How do we take care of the? I'm getting all talking about work and regulations here.
Mhm.
But as a personal self, yeah, it's something that we all need to connect back to, and I really just want people to look around themselves and appreciate just the little bit of greenery that comes through every once in a while. Like if you're in a city, or just the beauty of when you're in the middle of the forest. Um, just sit back and appreciate it, and remember to look for the little tiny things. Bugs aren't going to hurt you. Well, except fire ants.
Most bugs aren't going to hurt you.
Most bugs. Excuse me. I'm up in New England. I apologize. There's no real bugs up here that are going to hurt me. But except for, oh, excuse me. I take that back. I was just covered in ton of deer ticks the other day while I was doing a bird
Oh
survey.
God, more
Um,
devil's pets. Do
I
you know that you
so never
can?
mind. I don't have Lyme disease. I have a whole bunch of people, of coworkers, my parents. So many people up here have it. I don't know how I've avoided it, but I've been very lucky so far. But I can't believe I picked off more than 20.
Oh my
It's,
God,
it's a bad time of year for anyone that is a little further north. Nice and
they're
cold
so
and wet.
me, Jess. They're
They're
so
so teeny.
tiny.
Yeah,
You
you gotta
really
look.
have to look. They're
Yeah,
not
and oh,
like wood ticks,
no,
which
no,
are
not like dog
also
ticks.
the devil's pets. They are.
Yeah,
They
but
are
if when you do find a tick on you, and if you do find that it has been exchanging fluids, blood,
embedded. Yes.
that's how Lyme gets into the system. It's literally vomiting into your. Sorry.
It's a good thing
But
to know.
that's
Oh
how it
my
gets into
God,
your.
I knew we were going to talk
It,
about insect vomit. I just knew it.
it takes 24 hours
Oh
for it to
God,
circulate into.
multi-klimped now. Jesus God, here we go. I'm having a flash.
So if you see that, save the tick, call the doctor, and you'll just get prescribed a one-time pill that's just easy, and you won't get Lyme disease. That's all you need to do as long as you catch it. So
Yeah,
I joked with my husband earlier today. I was just like, I think I'm just going to talk about ticks because it's the season.
it is tick season. It sucks.
Yeah.
We're very
Yeah.
fortunate so far in Georgia so far.
Yeah.
Haven't found any, but they're
Yeah. Oh, that's
very,
good.
very prevalent in the Northeast. I mean,
Oh, of
like
course.
really prevalent. Hey, do you have a problem in Maine with a thing called Fisher cats,
Oh, God.
martins?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they were
I'm in
hunted to
Massachusetts.
extinction in around 1900, and then they were reintroduced into New England in the 1970s, and they're taking over and they're killing everybody's pets, and they're the
Yeah.
most vicious, horrible animals. And they
Yeah.
have like
They're
Tasmanian
very, they
devil teeth, and they can climb a tree and rip an animal right out of it, bring it down
nasty,
to
nasty,
earth
nasty.
level, and finish killing it there, gut it. They're the most horrible. The sound that they make out in
Oh,
the
the
forest,
screaming.
the
Oh, the
screaming.
screaming. It's
Oh my
terrible.
God. I almost got attacked from behind by one a few years ago at my uncle's
Oh, you
house.
got to go for rabies shot then.
Uh,
Oh my
would
gosh.
it, I, as close as it was, it would have just grabbed the back of my neck and I probably wouldn't have survived the attack. It was huge. It was
Those
just,
things
it was like 70 or 80 pounds.
is just
And they
it's
won't let you
wild
kill
how
them.
much.
The farmers kill them and tell
Oh
each
yeah.
other, and,
Oh yeah.
tell each other, Joe tells Sam, he got one on the back 40. And
Yeah.
everybody knows not to turn anybody else in. Because, the
Yeah.
reason they're so huge is because they're killing everything that they see.
Mm.
Cats and
Oh,
dogs
I guess.
and
Oh
cats
yeah.
and foals. And I mean, if they get on your farm, you better do what you have to do, regardless of what the law says. So when you started saying about regulations, I was thinking,
Oh, there's no
that's
regulations
really
for it.
backfired when they
I
brought
don't,
that animal back in and
oh God.
reintroduced it to New England.
I don't know if there's regulations about killing a I don't, yeah, I would be all for it. I'm very much I'm not I I'm not I'm supporting of hunters for hunting deer and regulating population. But yeah, fishers indiscriminately will just kill. I think we've lost two cats. I think to fishers. Don't let your cats outside.
No,
Stop letting your cats outside, because that's how you kill bird populations too. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm preaching.
it's okay. It's allowed. It is. It's true. Did you know that the World Health Organization last year um, uh, assigned
Invasive species. Cat.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
they alien invasive species cats, and I was like, I always knew they were aliens. I
Oh,
always knew. I just knew it. But they
oh.
are invasive, and we
Yeah.
have hundreds of millions of cats, and they are
Hmm.
responsible for killing an average of 600 million birds a year just in the United States.
Exactly.
600 million birds a year.
Hmm.
That's not
Crazy.
counting the chipmunks and the moles and the
Hmm.
voles and every other little thing that moves on the ground that they first torture and
Yes.
then maybe kill, or maybe they just slowly torture it to death. That has been my
I
experience with the cats?
I just saved a mouse downstairs. I hate to admit it. The mice are kind of wild this time of year. I hate to admit it. Our house was built in the 60s, so it has mice. But we have two cats and they don't know how to kill them.
Mhm.
So they torture them. They do all that great stuff. They bring them to us while we're sleeping, um, things like that. But I was just downstairs, and I've become the mouse whisperer, where I can calm everyone down, and I go up and I'm able to scoop it up into a Tupperware container. I've done it successfully about 6 times now, and I don't. It's worked every time. But obviously, put it outside, it's going to be the same exact mouse that's going to come back inside. I know this,
I
but I'm
told you
not
to
killing
stop
it.
naming them, Jess. If you name them and you feed them, they're gonna come home again.
I know.
I
I
told you.
know. And that's exactly, but I acknowledge this and I take responsibility. If I could, I would throw it downstairs, but I know my husband would catch me. Down in the basement, excuse me.
Probably
I
doesn't
just don't.
want mice living in the
Well, who
basement.
does? Yeah.
Yeah. Out you go. And then find where they're getting in along the foundation wall. Find
Yeah, I know. I think I know exactly where it is. It's kind of difficult, but we'll figure it out. I mean, sorry, there's so many tangents. We're talking about pests
out. And
now.
did I not warn you in advance that that's
Yeah,
how this was going to go? When you told me how nervous you were and you didn't think that
yeah,
you were, ready to have a little tete-a-tete with me on a Friday night so that we could talk
yeah,
about how we have to all work together to save the world. And you were all nervous and freaked out about it. And,
yeah.
our time is almost up. I
Oh,
mean, that's how
shit.
fast it went.
Oh,
I
dang.
know. I know. So, what did you do
Oh,
for Earth Day? How did you celebrate Earth Day?
hate to say it, I worked. I worked. I believe we went out for a walk, but I I guess in a sense, I celebrate Earth Day every day.
Me too.
My I mean everyone should. But I have a fantastic passion for my houseplant collection. I
Yes.
one
Walmart
corner
has
of the place.
wicked, wicked good sales for Earth Day,
Yeah.
and so did Home Depot. And my sister was gone for hours, loaded the whole back of her car
Oh,
with
I love it.
gorgeous flowers, and then brought them home and planted them, potted them for hours, and everything looks.
And you can do that right now down there. It's growing
Yes,
season for you. We don't have
it
that
is.
yet.
Yes, I know.
So,
It
but
sucks
I
for
have
you
my,
guys. It
yeah, well,
does.
I started my seeds, and
Oh,
I have been,
see the first sprouts by July. It's the
uh,
growing season up in New England is way
oh
too
yeah,
short for me.
and it is always one of those things that, like, I don't know, I hate the winter. And I do find beauty in it. I do like
It
actually
is
do every
beautiful.
once in a while
It's bitchin' cold.
hiking in the hiking in the snow is interesting. There's a lot of, again, it's one of those things that you do find a lot of weird beauty in it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's not fun. It's all the mud. And
I thought you
not the
loved
good type of
mud.
mud that I was talking
No,
about.
wait a minute.
Not
I'm
the good
catching
type.
you in the thing now here because you were talking very in terms of endearment regarding mud not a half an hour
Right.
ago. And
No, that's
now
me.
you're
This
talking
is the
about it in
good mud.
disparaging
That's the
terms.
good mud.
Okay.
This is the mud that's on the trail that you're gonna slip on and bust your ass on. Not
Oh,
the
that
mud
one.
that you're gonna get sucked into in the wetland
Yeah.
and die
Yeah.
of
But
soaking.
it's got a layer of ice that looks thick enough to hold your
Oh
weight
yes. Oh,
until
so many times.
you step on
I've fallen through
and
the
you
ice so
are
many
up
times.
your ankles. I
Yes.
know.
Oh, even further.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I worked in the Poconos in the mountains for tele for tele sorry, a power line easements and wetlands
Telecommunication
there.
company.
What was that?
Right. Telecommunication company.
It's not the it's for their Pennsylvania electric company. I forget what the name of it is.
Yeah.
But they um the winters were just so it was -5 degrees, and I walked along a wetland that of course I thought would have been completely frozen over. Wetlands don't freeze over completely.
They
Things are
got
still
moving
warm
water.
down there.
Yeah.
They're still warm. There's still bacteria producing warmth.
Right.
So I'm just this confident asshole, and I just walk right into it. I'm up to my knees. I get out and I'm instantly frozen. And this is the beginning of the day. It's like 6 a.m. And like, so like my instantly just, oh man, that was a day. Those were fun times. You look back at that, like I think I was like a kid back then.
Yeah.
So,
Good times
but,
up to your knees in mud. We had wetlands behind our house in Cumberland. And
yeah.
it was, oh, my favorite thing back there were the pussy willows. And in the
Oh
winter,
yeah.
when it would snow, to see the brown, ragged bark with the layer of white, pristine snow, and suddenly a male cardinal would fly in and just land,
Mm,
and
yeah.
it just stunningly beautiful. Absolutely, the contrast of the red and the black and the white is absolute. Nature is a marvel. This planet is a marvel. I
Hmm.
don't understand why more people don't recognize and appreciate what an incredible, special existence we have.
Hmm.
Why more people don't express gratitude for the planet, and cherish it and nourish it and nurture it and love thy mother. It's in the opening of the show. Love thy
Hmm.
mother.
Hmm.
I mean, there's no plan B, there's no planet B. You
Right.
know, we
This is what we
either,
have. This is our home.
that's right. And we either do the right thing, and it begins with appreciation. It begins with field trips. It begins with walks in nature and the
Hmm.
solitude among the masses and the chaos of a forest. No,
Yeah.
it's
But
just
also
incredible.
listen to the silence in the forest as well. There's a lot of cacophony, but the silence too in the early morning.
Yeah.
Even though the birds might be going crazy, if there's something about an early morning in the winter, it's just quiet.
Yes.
And the beautifulness of that too is just something to appreciate and take in. Because you don't get that moment very often.
Nope,
You
you
know.
don't. And if we don't
Yeah.
begin really appreciating what we have, we will
Yeah.
lose it. And she'll finally just say, you guys get off. Something, nature will create something
It's
to
justified.
uh,
Valid.
wipe the pestilence off it.
Yeah.
Just clear it of what's doing the damage. And
Yeah.
what's doing the damage is us.
Yep. Yep.
So that's really it. And that's really the crux of the matter. That's why I was anxious to have you on and to talk about how drawn you are to your. It's much more than a vocation. It's a calling,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
thank you for sharing the story of your grandfather and the beautiful bird and having that tender personal moment with him, that you've touched hearts. You'll never know how many hearts you touched by
Oh
telling
gosh, you would be like,
story.
oh my goodness. You
Mhm.
would do this to me.
I
Andrea, you
know,
make
I
me cry
know. I
so much.
always just do. It's all right. It'll be all right. It'll be
No, no,
fun.
no, it's fine.
You'll
You
never
know,
have glaucoma if you cry every day.
yes,
You
that's
won't have
right.
any ocular pressure at all.
we're working on, I have a sign that I have to make that says just Jessica has gone this many days without crying. Set it just back to zero. It's been at zero for quite a time. So anyways.
That's
But
good. Very
but yeah.
cleansing and it's very healing. But another thing that I would say, um, oh, Jonathan, my friend Jonathan from Rhode Island, he's so lovely. He's so
Yeah.
wonderful. I adore him. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
thank you, Jonathan.
it is very healing to,
Yes.
for us to be able to meet like this and talk like this. Melissa, oh, I love Melissa. Yep, we all heard Jessica. Now
Oh
we're
no.
family. You were wonderful.
And
Laura.
I do this
Oh,
to you.
Laura.
Oh
I
no.
was hanging with Laura on Wednesday night on a Zoom thing. Oh my God. She's hysterical. I have the world's
Oh,
best friends. Brady. Oh,
oh,
Brady. Another
Brady.
my Massachusetts Brady bunch. Oh my God. You know, it's it is very healing, truly,
Yeah,
to be out in nature.
yeah,
But and I encourage everybody to, yes, look down, look down. Don't step on the lady slippers. Don't step on the mountain laurel. Know what to step over. Don't
yes.
stomp the fern, but also look up. Look up
Mm-hmm.
into the sky that
Yeah,
surrounds our fragile, delicate, resilient, resourceful planet and
yeah,
admire all that is within eye shot of our little stone, our little tiny ball at the back
yeah,
end of the universe, because we are so fortunate and we should never take take any of it for granted. So
definitely.
that said, I'm going to end the show. I want to thank you, my dear, my sweet friend, for coming on
Andrea, thank
tonight.
you. Thank you
And
so much for having me. It was fantastic.
it was my pleasure. And I will end the show with the messages that I always share with my viewers all over this beautiful planet. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be the beacon of hope. Be the light you seek. I love you all. Have a great night. Thank you.